There's a certain kind of morning that repeats itself in millions of lives, and almost nobody notices the pattern. You sit down, the screen glows, and somewhere in front of you, you already know exactly what it is. There's one task, the hard one, the call you've been dreading, the email that has to be honest, the project with your name on it that you've been circling for days. You can feel it sitting there, the way you feel someone standing behind you in an empty room. And then, quietly, you make a decision you won't even remember making. You'll warm up first. You'll just clear a few small things, answer 2 quick messages, tidy the desk, refill the coffee. You tell yourself you're building momentum. You tell yourself you'll get to the hard thing once you're finally in the zone. It's 11 a.m., then it's 2, then it's 4. You have been busy all day, genuinely, exhaustingly busy. And the one thing that actually mattered is still sitting there, untouched, heavier than it was this morning. Tonight, you'll carry it to bed. Tomorrow, you'll do the whole thing again. Most people call this laziness, a lack of discipline, a lack of willpower, a flaw to be quietly ashamed of. But that's not what's happening here, not even close. Psychology is beginning to reveal that avoiding the hard thing is not a decision you're making. It's a defense your brain is running automatically, faster than thought, to protect you from something it has mistaken for a threat. Today, we're going to walk straight into that mechanism and take it apart, piece by piece. Whether you see yourself in this, or you're trying to understand someone you love who seems stuck, this will show you the real machinery underneath. Welcome back. I'm Sage. Let's dive a little deeper. 1. The open loop that never closes. Here's the strange part about the hard thing you didn't do.
It doesn't go away when you look away from it. In 1927, a psychologist named Zeigarnik noticed that waiters could remember complex unpaid orders perfectly and forgot them the instant the bill was settled. Unfinished tasks stay switched on in the mind. Finished ones go dark. This is the Zeigarnik effect, and it's why avoidance never actually feels like rest. You scroll, you snack, you answer the easy emails, but a quiet part of your brain is still holding the undone thing open, humming in the background like a tab you can't close. You're at lunch, and it's there. You're laughing at something, and it's there. You were never relaxing. You were carrying it the entire time and pretending you weren't.
2. You're not avoiding the task. You're avoiding a feeling. We think procrastination is a time management problem. It isn't. Researchers like Tim Peichel have shown it's an emotion management problem. You are not running from the work. You are running from the feeling the work gives you, the flash of anxiety, the fear you'll do it badly, the boredom, the self-doubt. And your brain has learned a very fast trick. When the hard task raises that uncomfortable feeling, doing something easy makes the feeling disappear for a moment. Instant relief. So you check your phone, not because you care what's on it, but because it turns the discomfort off. This is why just do it advice bounces off you. You are never managing a schedule. You are medicating an emotion, one small distraction at a time. 3. You're spending your best hours on your cheapest work. There's a reason the morning matters so much. Roughly 30 to 45 minutes after you wake, your body releases a sharp rise of cortisol, the cortisol awakening response. And for a window afterward, your focus, clarity, and drive run higher than they will all day. Now watch what most people do with that gift. They spend it on inbox zero, on tidying, on tiny, frictionless tasks that ask nothing of them. They burn their sharpest fuel on the cheapest work, then arrive at the hard thing in the afternoon, running on fumes, and wonder why it suddenly feels impossible. By the time you feel ready, the tank is already empty. You weren't waiting for the right moment. You were quietly spending it. 4. Your brain treats a hard task like a predator. To your logical mind, it's just a document, just a phone call. But that's not how the deeper brain reads it. When you turn towards something difficult and uncertain, the amygdala, the brain's threat alarm, can fire as if you're facing an actual danger. Your chest tightens. Your attention scatters. Something in you flinches and looks for the exit. This happens beneath thought, in a fraction of a second. It's the same reflex that pulls your hand back from fire before you've decided to move. So when you swear you'll open the file and then find yourself opening a browser tab instead, understand what actually happened. You didn't choose comfort. Your nervous system yanked you away from what it decided was a threat, and your hand followed before your mind ever got a vote.
5. Your brain is a terrible trader of time. Here's a cruel design flaw. The human brain massively overvalues right now and heavily discounts later. Psychologists call it present bias. A small reward you can have this second feels bigger than a large reward waiting an hour away. So the math your brain runs is rigged. Avoiding the hard thing pays you instantly. Relief, comfort, a little hit of ease. The cost of avoiding it arrives later, so the brain barely counts it. Every time you say, "I'll do it after this," you're making the same trade. You sell your future self's peace for 5 minutes of comfort right now, and your future self always pays the bill with interest. 6. Every small delay drains the same account. You might think you're saving your energy by doing the little things first. You're doing the opposite. Every tiny decision, should I do it now, or later, or after coffee, or after this, is a withdrawal from the same limited account. Decision fatigue is real.
The more choices you stack up, the heavier each new one feels. So by 3 in the afternoon, when you finally turn to the hard thing, you're not just low on time, you're low on self. The task didn't get harder, you got emptier. And an empty person staring at a hard task will almost always choose the exit one more time. 7. The thing you avoid does not stay the same size. This is the trap that closes quietly. When you leave the hard thing undone, it doesn't wait patiently at its original size. It grows. The 20-minute call you dodged at 9 a.m. becomes by 4 p.m. an enormous, dreadful thing you can barely look at. That's the shadow. The task casts one, and every hour you avoid it, the shadow stretches longer across your whole day. It's standing behind you at lunch. It's in the room when you try to relax on the couch. You didn't protect yourself by avoiding it. You fed it. And here's the quiet horror. The work itself never changed. Only the shadow grew. 8.
And now, the part almost nobody talks about. If all of this were only about fear and dread, doing the hard thing first would be misery. But it isn't, because there's a second mechanism hiding underneath, and it changes everything. Behavioral momentum. The entire battle lives in the first 5 minutes, the activation energy it takes to begin. Once you cross that threshold, something extraordinary happens. The dread you built up for hours turns out to be far bigger than the task. The monster shrinks the moment you touch it. And then you feel it, that clean, weightless thing. It's 9:15 in the morning, and the hardest part of your day is already behind you. The shadow is gone. Your mind, no longer holding that open loop, suddenly has room to breathe. The rest of the day tilts downhill. You move through easy tasks with a lightness you can't fake because you're not carrying anything anymore. Most people never taste this. They spend every day fleeing the shadow.
You just turned around and walked through it before breakfast.
9. Every time you do it, you become someone. Here's the deepest layer of all. Each time you do the hard thing first, you're not just finishing a task, you're casting a vote for who you are. Do it once and it's a fluke. Do it again, and your brain slowly updates the story it tells about you, from "I'm someone who avoids" to "I'm someone who faces things." You're not building a habit, you're building a self. And once your identity shifts, the behavior stops requiring willpower, because now you're not forcing yourself to act against your nature, you're simply being the person you've decided you are. 10. The hunter and the hunted. So let me leave you with the truth underneath all 10. There is only one task, and there are 2 ways to stand in front of it. If you move toward the hard thing first, it becomes prey. It shrinks. You are the hunter, and the whole day belongs to you.
But if you wait, if you flinch, if you look away, the very same task becomes the predator, and it hunts you, through lunch, through the afternoon, into your sleep. The task never changes.
The only variable is who moves first. And this isn't new. Your ancestors survived precisely because some of them were built to move toward the difficult thing at first light, to face the cold river, the long hunt, the hard climb, while the sky was still pink. That wiring is still in you. You were built to do the hard thing at dawn. You've just been taught to wait until dark. So here's what to take with you. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You have a brilliant, protective brain that keeps mistaking discomfort for danger. And you can outsmart it. First, name the frog the night before. Decide on the single hardest thing tomorrow while your morning brain is still asleep, so it can't argue. Second, shrink the start. Don't commit to the whole task. Commit to 5 minutes of it.
Cross the activation energy, and momentum does the rest. Third, do it before the world wakes you, before the phone, before the inbox, before the day fills your account with 100 small withdrawals. Spend your sharpest hour on the thing that matters most. Doing the hard thing first isn't about becoming harder. It's about refusing to let a 20-minute task steal a 16-hour day. You see the shadow that everyone else spends their life running from, and you're the one who learned you can simply turn around and face it. Thank you for staying all the way to this moment. I'm Sage.
See you on the next journey into the mind.